You're listening to Reimagined Radio. Real talk, real life, real magic.
Welcome to Love, Life, and Law of Attraction, the show that is all about helping you find the love you want in your life and loving the life you have right now. World-class experts, thought-provoking topics, and conversations and tools that are going to help you live the life you really want starting today. So pour yourself a cup of tea, have a seat, and get ready to join Love, Life, and Law of Attraction. Hello, this is Lisa with Love, Life, and Law of Attraction, and I am here today to talk about, I think, everybody's favorite subject, which is being liked. And I laughed because I've recently written some posts about being likable, and the ironic thing is what I actually want to discuss today is the really incredible, awesome power of knowing that you're not liked. Everybody wants to be liked. I mean, I think that we become aware of this at some point in childhood where peer pressure becomes a thing. And we all know what peer pressure can lead to. I mean, peer pressure can be a force of good, but we tend to hear about peer pressure when it's actually a destructive force. And unfortunately, we don't really grow out of peer pressure the way we think we do. I mean, being liked continues to drive behavior in adulthood also to varying degrees. It feels good to be liked, and it feels like crap when somebody says, I don't like you, or maybe even worse, says, or you hear from somebody that they said it, that they didn't like you behind your back. It's a really icky feeling, a really icky feeling. I mean, that driving desire to be liked is kind of wired in. It's sort of tribal or reptilian behavior. There's something in our human wiring that makes us think we're safer if the tribe likes us. And while that might have been true in tribal days, now it's a lot less true. I mean, the need to be liked often takes us to places that aren't necessarily good for us. They aren't great. I mean, we compromise ourselves, we compromise on our own judgments. We do things and say things that we wouldn't normally do. We leave little bits of our actual authentic self along the way when we are operating in this system where being liked is a primary important thing, or even important at all. And think about it, it creates an addiction, right? There is an addiction to being liked. Being liked, being admired, being appreciated makes you feel good. It makes you feel important. There's like a whole chemical thing that goes on in our brains when we're kind of in that high of being liked. And that addiction to that feel good can start driving our behavior. I mean, beyond just sort of the social aspects of being liked, there becomes this whole other thing having to do with being liked. But the reality of it is if being liked takes us in a path that is counter to where we really, truly desire to be, who we desire to be, what we want to say, where we want to show up, how we want to show up, it's not working. And I think that we can all think of examples in our lives where we compromised in a way that did not turn out very well, and it didn't work. I've done it. I've actually done it a lot. And recently, I have found myself in a handful of positions, or more than a handful actually, where I was the unpopular person in the room, where I was not liked, and I know how that stings and burns. But I also know that because I've gotten myself in situations where I couldn't help it, that you don't die from not being liked. I mean, it sucks and you feel it, but the reality of it is we're not that damaged by it. Like, we can be not liked and still thrive. In fact, I would say that we can be not liked and maybe thrive even more. Because once you settle into that uncomfortable at first reality that you're not liked, then you can be yourself without having to compromise, without the fear of upsetting somebody, without trying to impress anyone. And that's when you really actually shine. There is an awesome freedom in just starting every interaction with an assumption, even. And that might sound radical, but an assumption that nobody's going to like you because you can show up being you, doing you. Like you can show up in your most authentic and powerful way. And strangely, not so strangely, that is really likable. It's very attractive when we approach life very genuinely. Now, I'm not saying that this is a permission slip to go out and be mean or to be rude or to be callous or to be careless with other people. But it is a permission slip to just let yourself off the hook and show up as you, whether people like that or not. The freedom of embracing being disliked is really a beautiful thing. I mean, from that position, you are no longer compromising. And living an uncompromised life is a really, really sweet way to live. So this week, and hopefully maybe for every week thereafter, I would love to encourage you to start by accepting the fact that you might not be liked and go from there. Show up as you, be honest, be transparent, and don't pander, don't compromise in that instinctive desire, that instinctive drive to be liked. People don't have to like you for you to be effective. People don't have to like you for you to be happy. People don't have to like you for you to be doing your best and most beautiful work in the world. And we need to start from there. Chances are very high they will adore you anyway. That is kind of the difference between leadership and following, by the way. So big love to you. Try it out for a week. I would love to hear from you how it works for you. You can find me at lisamhayes.com. And I hope you have an amazing day.
Everyone talks about self-care. No one ever really teaches you how to do it. Love is a verb. If you want to love yourself more, you have to treat yourself like someone who's worthy of love. Behavior first, feelings will follow. The Self-Care Clinic is a free digital course that will teach you to behave your way to self-care and self-love. You will learn a practical, measurable approach to self-care that will save your sanity and might just save your life. Go to www.theselfcareclinic.online. That's www.theselfcareclinic.online. Register for free today.
Thank you for joining us on Love, Life, and Law of Attraction. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you back here next week. For more information, you can find me at lisamhayes.com.